Month to month, box to box. This is how we live in the GLP-1 community. We never know when our coverage is going to get yanked from underneath us. Last year, it got yanked out from underneath me, and I had to go the compound route. I had to go to a telehealth. And what alleviated that financial burden a little bit for me was using my HSA card. I went to the hsastore.com to look for some electrolytes. ShedRx is there. ShedRx, the telehealth, is HSA approved and FSA approved. Ah! So I'm going to ShedRx, right? And I'm going to use my HSA, which alleviates a huge financial burden for me. And if you're interested as well, go to shedrx.com. They'll take great care of you. They've got fantastic doctors. And you can use the link down below in our link tree, or just go to shedrx.com and use my code, CAT50. Get your $50 off your first month.
You want to know a hack to get insurance to cover your GLP-1 prescriptions? Here's the truth. Most people get denied the first time that they try, and insurance companies are betting that you're just going to give up. But you do have rights, and you can appeal, not just once, but multiple times. The problem is the process is confusing and it's time consuming, and a lot of providers just don't have the bandwidth to be able to fight through it with you. So that's why I partnered with Claimable. It's an easy-to-use tool that helps you build expert-backed appeals proven to work. So don't give up on your shot at coverage. Exhaust your appeals. Go to getclaimable.com/plussides to learn more and use code PLUSSIDES with a Z to save.
Yes.
We have a friend here with us today. Her name is Amy, and
We
she's going to tell us our
do.
community story. It is unique, and it is aligned with many of the things I mentioned in the beginning of how we are trying to open our minds and think of things in a different way, a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. And she said, come on and tell her story. So hang tight. Without further ado, it's Amy.
Hi,
Hey, Amy.
Here she is. Hi, beautiful ladies.
You look
I love
fabulous.
her. Thank you. You're so kind. You look beautiful yourself.
Quite beautiful
Always.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a
Well,
ring light.
thank
I'm not going to
you.
lie.
Yeah.
If I could do a filter, if I could do gentle glow, I would never wear makeup.
Oh, I
Ever.
love Gentle Glow.
Gentle
Same.
glow is my jam.
I love Gentle Glow. Yeah.
Same.
Gentle Glow is everything.
I tease people that do the bold glamour because I'm like, I'm going to meet you in Nashville and I don't know what you look like because you use bold glamour and I don't know. And I was like, and you're probably going to be like, why aren't you using gentle glow?
You know what?
I'm not going to stop using it.
Bold glamour makes me look like a beautiful boy.
Oh, really? I
look
well,
like
sort
a
of
beautiful
very-
man.
No, really?
It does.
too,
It
a
makes
little
me
bit.
look like a beautiful man. I look
Me too,
like,
a
oh
little.
my gosh,
I look like a
he's on
cartoon.
ESPN, Cuban guy. He's a
But
beautiful,
didn't they
frail little
update
man, or he just looks
the
little. He
bold
probably is not
glamour?
Not
little.
really. I don't
But didn't
think
they
yeah.
update it to make it a little bit softer?
I
don't
look
think
like
they
I
did
look like a
But I
beautiful
haven't tried
man.
it in a minute. You
There's
know,
two
like
different ones. There's
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
It is.
there's like a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Maybe I'll try it. Then people will be like, who is that girl?
and you'll be like,
Slash
"Guys,
beautiful
so
man.
Who's that girl? La, la, la,
Always
la,
a pop culture reference.
I know, Madonna.
I was the Madonna one. I was singing the Eve one, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who's that?
that's
girl?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's a good one. Good beat. Drop it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey Amy, how you doing?
Him, I'm wonderful.
We get sidetracked a lot.
We
We
do,
do.
especially like when we don't have a doctor and we don't have to be all like,
Like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, you know, they donate their time. It's very kind and their expertise, you know.
Extremely kind.
So,
kind,
you
yes.
know, so we're like, we're trying to be respectful of their time, you know, and all the things. And
Yeah.
so we're going to be a little silly tonight because it's just us.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
spoiler
I'm a
alert, we
fun
don't have a
time
doctor.
Girl, I'm not serious. I'm fun time.
Yeah,
So, and my
right.
kids are not here. I'm like, yeah.
Let's
Let's
do
get
it.
the party
Let's do
started.
it.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay.
So what we do here, and I know you've seen the show, but we give the community guests the opportunity to take the space and tell their story unfiltered, uncut, uninterrupted. We'll talk after you're done. And it's you got the floor. So whatever you want to say it. The one thing I'll tell you to remember is just that there is somebody out there like you that needs to hear the thing. And whatever that thing is, that's what you need to push across, right? Because then they'll go to their doctor And that's what we want. That's our call to action for this whole thing, is for people to go to their doctor and get help.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
go ahead, take the space.
Well, that's exactly why I started this medication, because I didn't feel like there was anybody out there like me. Okay. Like me and several other people. For example, I'm only 5'1". I'm a little bitty thing, and I haven't been obese like my whole life. It came like with age and having kids and stress and premenopausal, so what I thought it was, and all the things. And my aunt is, well, she was a diabetic. My brother was a diabetic, and I started feeling like really, really wonky, like what is going on with me? In the midst of all of that, back in 2017, 18, I knew that I wanted to have one more child with my now husband, and my body was just not right. And I felt it. I was like, something just is not right. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it was not right. So I went, well, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Amy. I, I am part of the GLP-1 community, happily. Sometimes they work my nerves, but at the same time, it's a community. And, just like sisters, we're going to fight. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. So I am happily a part of it. I have been on a GLP-1 since September 27th, 2022. I started immediately when I got back from a girls' vacation, when I felt like boo boo. And I was like, yeah, things got to change. So getting back into why I started, I went to go see my doctor. And I'm like, on top of me just not feeling good, I feel frumpy. I look frumpy. I know, something's just not right. Let's do a panel and figure out like what's going on.
Yeah.
And he was all on board with that. He was like, yeah, let's figure it out. Your blood pressure is all over the place. I know that your cholesterol has been elevated at times, and I know you have a history of diabetes in your family. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So the next time I went to go visit him, he wasn't there, but his nurse practitioner was there. And she was a bit of an a-hole. She was like, you don't look like anything's wrong with you.
Oh,
Well, how
wow.
is that supposed to look exactly? Um, she told me to drink water with lemon in the morning on an empty stomach and come back and see them in 3 months.
That is really interesting. Like,
Wild.
almost like
Whoa.
nurse practitioners, I always say they're always so awesome, but wow, that was
She
Wow.
told
dismissive.
me I did not look like anything was wrong with me. This is before she even looked at the numbers on my panels, because my doctor had ordered the panel. And I'm just like, come again? And she's like, yeah, drink water with lemon in the morning. That should get rid of some of your weight. And then come back and see us in like 3 months and let us know how you're feeling.
Oh, wow.
I said, well, can we just look at my numbers? And sure enough, my A1C was through the roof. My cholesterol, the good and the bad, was through the roof. Everything was off. And I was like, so you think drinking lemon water is going to cure all these numbers? And she just kind of had like a look on her face. And I'm the kind of person that I'm going to speak up for myself, regardless of what you say and what you think I should do. At the end of the day, I'm hiring a doctor. They work for me. I pay for my insurance. You work for me. I can fire you and I can find another doctor. It's really just that simple. And so I'm happy with somebody who's going to give me what I need. So I told her I would just wait until the doctor came back. And when he came back, he was like, yeah, your numbers are horrible. I told him I was on TikTok. I had saw Mounjaro all over the place. Had he heard of it? He said no, but I'm going to do my research on it. And he was very apologetic about the nurse practitioner. He was like, I can't believe she said that to you. I'm so sorry. Clearly, there's something going on. On top of that, I had really bad cycles, my fibroids, my period. I was just in really bad shape. And I knew that I wanted to have another child with my now husband. So that was back then, before I even started Mounjaro. But when I came back to him and I said, listen, I've been on TikTok and I've heard all the great things about Mounjaro. What are we doing? He was like, yeah, I haven't heard of it, but I'm going to do my research. And I was very receptive of that. He was honest. He didn't know about it. And he was like, I'm going to research it. But I was impatient. So I went to a telehealth doctor. And then she did my numbers again. And she was like, yeah, you're a great candidate for it. Let's get you started on 2.5. And I went and got it. I went and got it that day, and that was that. And
Wow.
here I am.
Look, and voila.
And voila.
awesome.
There it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
48
And then I
pounds
remember
down,
recently,
A1C down.
yeah, that's great. And then I remember recently that you were saying, I remember the video where like you saw that nurse practitioner again, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Tell
You
us.
know,
That video was
you already
epic.
know the
I'm gonna
vibes
get
I
on the
was giving
podcast. It's
off.
such a
You
good
know me.
story.
You know the vibes I was giving off. So I went back to see her. This is almost like a year later.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You look so familiar." I'm like, "Yeah, really?" And she was like, "Yeah, have I seen you before?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you have." I was like, I was not feeling well. I knew something was wrong. I felt like, I needed help, and I was overweight. I was pushing, my numbers were not good. And you told me to drink lemon water in the morning. And so she was like, "Oh, so how did that go?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I didn't do that. But what I did was I got on a drug called Mounjaro." She was like, "Mounjaro?" And I said, "Yes." And she's like, "Well, how? You're not diabetic." I said, "Because I advocated for myself and I did what I needed to do to get to where I'm at today. No thanks to you." And so
Yeah.
she said, "Oh, okay." So she's like, "Well, what is your weight now?" And she went and we weighed me or whatever. She was like, "Wow, those numbers look good." And she's like, "Are you here to do another panel?" And I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, well, let's, do your blood work. I'm glad you decided to go out on your own." And she was very receptive. And she
Mhm.
said,
I'm
"I'm
sure.
glad you went out on your own." Exactly. And figured it out. And she was like, just kind of just looking at me like astonished, like,
Yeah.
wow, like I can't believe
That
she
lemon
went
water
did
just didn't work.
And I
didn't
wonder
do it for
why.
me.
A
I
year
wonder why.
later, and we've solved it. We've solved obesity and
With
prediabetes
lemon
with
water.
lemon water.
I was so shocked that that's what she told me to do. I
Oh
was
my
looking like,
gosh.
you've got to be kidding me. Like,
Yeah.
it was
That's
wild.
It is
horrible.
wild.
Month to month, box to box. This is how we live in the GLP-1 community. We never know when our coverage is going to get yanked from underneath us. Last year, it got yanked out from underneath me, and I had to go the compound route. I had to go to a telehealth. And what alleviated that financial burden a little bit for me was using my HSA card. I went to the hsastore.com to look for some electrolytes. ShedRx is there. ShedRx, the telehealth, is HSA approved and FSA approved. Ah! So I'm going to ShedRx, right? And I'm going to use my HSA, which alleviates a huge financial burden for me. And if you're interested as well, go to shedrx.com. They'll take great care of you. They've got fantastic doctors. And you can use the link down below in our link tree, or just go to shedrx.com and use my code CAT50. Get your $50 off your first month.
Denied coverage of your GLP-1? Do not quit. That is exactly what insurance wants you to do. You have rights and you can appeal more than once. Claimable makes it simple with expert-backed appeals that actually have been proven to work. Check out the link getclaimable.com/plus sides and use code plus sides with a Z to save.